EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Valley of the Sun at State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Arizona Cardinals. 2-1 loss team set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that's going to be short of the landing zone. It doesn't make it there, so that means the ball's going to come out to the 40. On the give, here's Charbonnet. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play for scrimmage. Second down.
How about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Darnold. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
That's an early scramble to be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw, Darnold. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is fielded at the 7. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 20-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. Brissett sets to throw it. Drops it underneath for Love. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll be an Arizona 1st down on a gain of 17.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
That knows something about it, and I won't answer now.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Brissett. Finding his target, it's Trey McBride. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona. The Cardinals had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
On the ground, here's the rookie from Notre Dame. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. They'll run again with Love on first down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11. You talk about this Seahawk defense, currently number 1 in the NFL against the run.
And that's a ranking that feels good, right? To be number 1 and to be the top of your profession. But here's the problem. It's only week 1.
1 week, yeah.
Can they do it 15 more times? If so, then we really got something to talk about.
That's the challenge. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Brissett. This is intercepted. Picked off by Nicky Manwari. And the Seahawks are in great shape here as they take over at their 36-yard line.
At their own 46-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Second and 10. Here's Darnold. And that one complete downfield to Kupp. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
First down, Seahawks.
Now it's Darnold. He finds Smith and Jigba. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
JSN, as he's known everywhere around the league, was the Offensive Player of the Year in 2025 with nearly 1,800 yards receiving. Why is he so dominant? Terrific combination of route running and hands.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Play action. It's Darnold out to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Jackson Smith-Njigba. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Seahawks take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Myers connects on the PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Brissett. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. You talk about this Seahawk defense. They find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw is Brissett. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
On first down, it's Benson. And he stopped immediately there. Trayvon Diggs getting the tackle. You don't see that a ton, do you? With the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Now it's 2nd and 10. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's 2nd and 10. Brissett. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. Well, how about that? The defense's first sack. It doesn't come from one of the usual suspects up front. It comes from the secondary.
Yeah, I think they caught the quarterback off guard a little bit because he wasn't able to account for the possibility of that blitz and change the blocking assignment. He comes through and puts him on the ground.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Just 21 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
At their own 37-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Early on, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. Darnold now to throw. That'll be caught by Cobb. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
A 5-yard gain on the play. First down, Seattle.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And now a handoff to Charbonnet. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 3. And Charbonnet once again. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Man in motion left. That's Smith and Jigba. Out of the shotgun. Here's Darnold. That is caught. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 30. 12 yards on 3rd down as the drive rolls on.
First down, Seahawks.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, We see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
And they'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. A first carry for Jadarian Price. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Now Darnold. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown.
Touchdown, Seattle.
Jackson Smith-Njigba with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now 14-0.
14. Cardinals, nothing. Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. There he goes left side. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Arizona. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get him in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over. This game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as these guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Here's Darnold. And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag. We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. To throw is Darnold. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. This is fielded at the 27. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And that will come the offense as they take over.
First and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first two drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
Looking to put a drive together. Running to start the drive is Love. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Oh, that's a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Now 2nd and 5. Here's Love again. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down. And if his coaches are correct, we're going to see a lot more runs like that from this young rookie going forward.
And you know, slapping each other on the back up in the booths right now? The scouting department, because they really recommended this guy highly, and he's justifying their faith in him.
Throwing, Brissett. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw, Brissett. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
While you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards, they're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Here's Brissett. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
It's 4th down.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down.
For the Cardinals.
And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
2nd and 7. They'll drop to throw. That'll be caught. It's Kupp. And they finally take him down, but not before he reaches the 43. It's a big play there for Seattle. 48 yards.
First down.
On first down, here's Price. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
There's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Well, they'll come up 2nd and 7. Back to throw. And complete to Smith-Njigba. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They'll run on first down with Price. Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Darnold. The throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. The shotgun snap for Darnold. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Cooper Kupp, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Myers connects on the PAT. And it's now 21-7.
21. Cardinals 7. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Second and 11 at the 24-yard line.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the third quarter. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Here's Brissett. A short one here, caught by McBride. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Caught, it's Wilson. And he's got the first, but we also have a flag on the field. And they're already walking backwards. Well, an unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play, move on.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
At their own 32-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They'll start on the ground with Price. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
Most of the damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Wilson with a first down carry. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply the offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Now a 2nd and 6. Faking the give, Darnold. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Darnold. Outright to Smith-Njigba. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And this will be taken at the 13. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And they will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 17-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
13 yards on the
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Brissett. This one deep for Wilson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Brissett now. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Brissett again. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. 37 yards on the punt with no return.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself. And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Slot man moves right. Now it's Darnold. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. He finds Smith-Njigba. Pushes past him. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big play that time on the catch and run. 34 yards.
Another big play right there. And this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
They'll run straight ahead with Wilson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by the defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Ball on the 39. Here's the 2nd and 8. Darnold from the gun. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Back to throw, Darnold. Smith-Njigba with the grab. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. This will wind up a loss on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Jason Myers for the Seahawks field goal. He's 56 yards in.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7.
The kickoff for Seattle.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. He's past the 30. He will score. Touchdown, Arizona.
Again, Elvin partner, I get fired up. 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns in the same game. This is fun to watch.
Yeah, we call a lot of games at a lot of different places. Sometimes it seems like we do it simultaneously, but we rarely get to see this. Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
At their own 36-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Phoenix, Arizona's the spot. Glad to have you along for the ride. Third quarter action and a 2nd and 10 upcoming. Darnold now to throw. We'll get that to Chardonnay. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Now Darnold. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A good return there, call it 13 yards.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. So, boy, that's already the 3rd they burned here. They are out of timeouts now before we've even hit the 4th quarter. From the 31, here's 2nd down at 7. Brissett sets to throw it. He's got McBride here over the middle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. From the gun, here's Brissett. And to the left side here, Wilson. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Throwing, Brissett. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Well, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's second down.
Oh, this defense knows. Fourth quarter, they need to make a play. That one was ripe for the taking. Could have changed the complexion of the ball game, but it winds up incomplete.
Now Brissett. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Here's Brissett. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. Everybody was coming on the blitz that time, and they got home.
And you know the expression, hat on a hat, in terms of blocking, trying to keep your quarterback protected? Well, if you don't have enough hats, that's the end result. Your quarterback goes down, and sometimes he goes down hard.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
To throw is Darnold. That'll be caught. It's caught. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On 1st and 10, it's Charbonnet. Zaven Collins there to make the play defensively. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
So from just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 9. Here's Darnold. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over it that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
He did a fine job there not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
The Seahawks on third down. They've converted 3 times and 8 chances. This is 3rd and 9. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Darnold. And complete to Smith-Njigba. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Smith-Njigba in motion right. And here we go on 4th. Darnold. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. Well, I'm sure he likes his performance a little bit better than last week. He had the 3 interceptions here, none in the 4th quarter, and he's got his guys in front.
Guaranteed he put in a tremendous amount of work this week, but maybe the matchup is just better for him. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. It's almost like those golfers. Certain courses fit their eye, and they like what they see, and other courses, as soon as they tee it up, they know they have no shot. Maybe that's the difference for him. Last week, no. This week, a big yes.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Again, it's Charbonnet. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Zach Charbonnet, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here this 4th quarter. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead now up to 14.
Cardinals 17. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
To throw is Brissett. He'll get this out to Love. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Brissett going to move him around here. Out of the gun now on third down. And that is incomplete.
And I think we're probably seeing go for it here on fourth down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Cardinals unable to convert there on fourth down. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Now run by Charbonnet. 20, 5, and he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Zach Charbonnet. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Seahawks have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Myers connects on the PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
17. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ernest Jones. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Looking to put a drive together. And they'll start on the ground with Charbonnet. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. 102 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Brings up second and 4.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. On the carry, Charbonnet. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave them with a third and about 3 to go. They'll run it here with Charbonnet. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. Here's 2nd and 7. So the victory here for Seattle. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins.